Good morning, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Thursday, the 28th of February, 2019. Now, in case you don't realize it, this is the shortest day of the month, so today is the last day. Tomorrow we embark on a new month, a month of springtime, so I hope you are getting ready for it. Well, today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the art of resting. Now, I was looking on the internet for something, and I came up with this, and it was written by a grandmother, and who had just taken on the responsibility of watching her granddaughter. And I want to share a few things from what it says here. It says, I had worked hard all of my life with very little rest, raising 3 children of my own, and now my daughter was married and had given birth to my precious gift, my granddaughter, Savannah. She said, when my daughter decided it was time for her to, she did decide that she was going to go back to work, and Savannah was just 8 weeks old. She asked me if I would take on the responsibility of helping care for her 2 days a week. And of course, I jumped into it with gusto. The idea of being able to have that precious little bundle to myself 2 days out of the week sounded almost too good to be true. I had just retired myself from my own job that I had worked for many years, and after my children were grown and gone, I decided that was going to be me time. Yeah, guess what? But I got involved with so many local activities and charities and volunteerism and so on that I decided that I was busier now than before, and I would never find any time to rest, and I had accepted this responsibility of taking care of Savannah before I even thought about it. But nonetheless, I had made a commitment and I was happy to do it. Well, so now here she goes making this decision, and she's going to be taking care of her granddaughter twice a week. So let's read on. After about 6 months, I realized it was getting to me that I couldn't balance all of my other commitments and taking care of my granddaughter, so I decided that maybe I would scale back and some things had to go. But they were all very important, and they were all long-term commitments, so it wasn't easy to choose. So I made the decision that instead of getting rid of things to do, I would incorporate rest in my busyness. I started thinking about this after I'd gone to Sunday school, and my Sunday school instructor was talking about how God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. And he brought up the point that whether you think that a day is 24 hours or 1,000 years doesn't matter. The point is that he worked for 6 days and rested on the 7th, and asked the class why we thought that was. And I responded, well, he's God. Why would he need to rest? I always wondered about that myself. And then he explained, the instructor, that is, their Sunday school teacher, he explained that he rested as an example to us, to remind us that we can't just go, go, go. We need to take that time to rest, because in the end, if we don't, then it could be disastrous for everybody, including ourselves. Wow, isn't that quite a story? So that was where she decided, and she went on to explain the reason why that had such an impact on her was because she realized that she wasn't resting and she wasn't doing anybody any good. She said that when she goes on in more depth, she explains that she started snapping at her little 7-8-month-old granddaughter, and she said, no, wait, this isn't right. So what she ended up doing was, when Savannah took her nap, that was her rest time. She'd hold the grandbaby in her arms, and she would take that time to be quiet. She would rest while she was working. And she would hold that little baby in her arms. Now, she didn't fall asleep. She just rested. And she would rest with her. Rather than taking her granddaughter and putting her in a crib and walking away and doing more busy work, she took that time, even if it was just an hour, to rest. Because rest is vital, boys and girls. And wow, What an interpretation of that 6 days of work and then a day of rest. God is God. He doesn't need to rest. Why did he do that? He did it as an example to us to remind us of the value of that. So here's what I'm encouraging you to do, boys and girls. Now, you know, sometimes we are very, very busy people and we can't find time to rest. But the truth of the matter is you really, really can. So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. When you get up in the mornings, instead of immediately turning on the Weather Channel, or instead of immediately doing some other kind of crazy busy stuff, why don't you incorporate your rest into your busyness? Why don't you, instead of flipping on the TV and eating your cereal while you watch Jim Cantori tell you where it's going to rain today, instead of doing that, why not go into a quiet room? Why not get up 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier than everybody else so that you could start your day resting? Okay, go off in that quieter room, maybe out on the back porch if weather permits. Eat your cereal there instead of worrying about the headline news or who might get nuked or who's fighting with who in Congress. You don't need that first thing to start your day. No, boys and girls, you need to start your day peacefully, okay? Now, if you are very busy and get up early anyway and it's a busy, busy, crazy morning for you, maybe you can find 15 minutes out of the day, somewhere, somehow. Think about the times you stop to eat or you stop to do silly stuff on Facebook. That does not constitute rest, boys and girls. That is a time of just getting more agitated most of the time, or getting frustrated, or spending time doing mindless things like Candy Crush Saga. That's not rest, boys and girls. Well, maybe for some of you it's entertainment, but as far as it being a restful thing to your soul and bringing you peace, not necessarily. So take your calendar book, open it up, and write the times you need to rest in there. Even if you say, okay, I have lunch from 12 to 1 Monday through Friday at my job. I will from 12 to 12:15, I will rest. I will relax. And then the rest of the hour, I will go and get my lunch, or vice versa, or something like that. You can do it. You can find a moment or two to do that. Think about all the wasted time that you have in the course of your day when you could be doing a time of rest, reflection, relaxation, maybe even just go off in the corner and breathe a little bit. You know, just take some time to close your eyes and breathe. Do some stretches, some quiet, restful stretches. I'm telling you, you incorporate things like that into your day and it will make things a lot smoother. You know, tomorrow, I've got a doctor appointment in the morning, and then I've got to do my lunch show with Big Tom on WRMZ. But then the rest of the day, I am going to rest. I have decided that I am going to take a half day just to rest tomorrow, and in that time, meet with my ladies group from my church, because I don't get a chance to do that every month. So I'm going to do it tomorrow and take a little bit of time to just rest. Like I said, I am not saying I don't understand that we are busy people. Of course we're busy people. But think about all the times in your day you could substitute, just like this woman did while holding Savannah in her arms, holding her. And let me finish reading just what it says right here at the very end, after I explained all the rest of what she decided to do. And this is what she says. She says, Savannah is a year old now, just coming up on her first birthday as I write this. And I went through all of the typical things that happened that first year, like teething, and she had earaches and several other things. But here I am now holding this baby in my arms just around her first birthday, and I'm just reminded that when I take that moment to spend it with her while she sleeps and I rest, I'm reminded of what a precious gift she is to me and how much more effective I am as a grandparent because I decided to take that time to rest and refresh myself and my attitude, and it makes me a better grandma and much more better person to be around. And this is not something I'm just doing for me. It's something I'm doing for Savannah. Wow, isn't that something? So she understood that if she took that time to rest, she was a better grandma to her granddaughter, and she was a much better person to be around. So that's my encouragement to you today. Rest, okay? Very important. Don't forget to take some time to do that. Hey, go be a blessing to somebody today. You might end up being the only one who is. And if it means having a little bit of rest so that you can refresh and recharge your battery so you're better and more pleasant to be around, please take the time to do that, okay? Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit that subscribe button so you can watch some past take-twos. And of course, don't forget, great programming. And today on lunch break, we're doing a special salute to the late Beatle George Harrison, because this would have been this week his 76th birthday. Sadly, we lost him some years back, but we're going to honor him on WRMZ with a great 2-hour tribute to George Harrison that starts at 11 Central. Okay, don't forget to tune in. All right, I love you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow with this week's Unsung Hero of the Week. I love you all so much. I'll see you then. Don't forget, have a little rest. Bye-bye.